So the winner of this will be waiting a little while for the next match, as the losers bracket still has quite a few matches left. So rest assured, there's plenty more Starcraft after this excellent ZVZ.
Yes, indeed. And what an excellent pair of Zergs we have. Let's introduce them in the bottom right here from Team Liquid. We've seen a bit of him today for his third best of 3 appearance. This is Liquid Snute.
And in the top left, the pink Zerg from My Insanity. He is known as Kane.
Kane, of course, like his competitor here, made it all the way into Premier in a pretty glorious fashion. 2-1ing Pult in the NA qualifiers.
Sick.
So sick.
This guy's definitely in form.
Oh yeah.
And he's doing quite well, practicing very hard, no doubt, as most of these guys are. We'll have to see how he can match up against Snute, because Snute did very, very well against Bly, and Bly is quite a well-known and formidable Zerg himself. So does he have what it takes?
I would say yes. To answer your question. Next question, please.
I would say yes also. I think you're right. And I'm actually not too familiar with Kane's EVZ playstyle, so it'd be a little bit of a learning experience on my end, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
I know he can be a little bit cheeky sometimes, might sneak a gold base on an overgrowth or something, but apart from that, not sure what his preferences are in this matchup.
Yeah, well, it looks like catch first is Snoot's preference in this particular matchup. Look, Kane going for the more aggressive option.
Yes, perhaps some Jerrylings are on the way. You generally don't ever see gas and pool before hatch, unless you're...
Yeah, this is like the old Wings of Liberty Speedling Expand style.
Yeah, unless you're going to be aggressive with it. So it'll be up to Snute to find it. And given that it's cross positions, it's going to be quite some time before he actually sees Kane's base at all and gets a feel for what he's actually doing. And sometimes it can be a little bit too late to do much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Well, I also brought up Clutch SC in the chat. Shout out to you, sir. Kane20 QXC to this match.
Yeah, he's on fire, man.
This is a ZVT beast, but how's his ZVZ? We know that Snoot's is damned good. Damned good ZVZ from Snute. So I would still favor Snute in the series. Still my favorite to win the whole tournament. But there's a lot of hype around Kane right now.
I would not be surprised to see Kane in the top 3.
Jerryling.
Yep, okay, so he's not even going to expand with this. Actually, yes he is.
Oh, he is, yeah. But,
just a little bit delayed. Oh, that's right.
But he is pulling links he's made and going for speed.
Yep. And it won't be too long before we see him charge across that map. Snute is still ages away from knowing about this. When he sees the hatchery timing, he will know straight away. But can he defend it? This is actually a really nice build for this map because you have a very wide open natural base. There's not a lot of good SimCity opportunities. So, you know, it's quite tricky to hold off. You definitely want a Spine or some Banes or something. And luckily, Snute is already going for the Baneling Nest quite early here.
Absolutely. All right. Here he goes. So Snoot's gearing up for this, to be defensive against this many Lings. And Kane's gearing up to be very aggressive.
Yeah, Snoot's already playing it smart. I wonder if...
He's going to go past an Overlord and a couple Lings here.
Yep, he sure is. Only lets a few Lings get distracted to deal with those couples so that he doesn't lose track of them, which is smart. You'll see sometimes players are just not paying attention. Just aim move and end up chasing the 2 Lings with like 10, 12. But anyway, he's at Snoot's base now. Is he prepared? There's a few Lings out for Snoot. Morphing Banes now. Going for the hatchery straight away. You can kill the hatchery very, very quickly here. And in some cases, you do have to let it go. If you can juke the Banelings well, this can end quite badly.
There's quite a lot of Lings and 2 Queens down here, which are helping out a whole lot. And his own Banelings are coming in.
Not the greatest trade.
2 went to 2 Zerglings. Not the best trade, yeah, but he's at least keeping the Lings away from his hatchery. Zoning them out.
Beauty of Snoot's build is he's going to have much more lava available to him. He's got 2 Hendrix rolling. He's got Queens for defense.
He's in a very good spot now. Keeping that hatchery alive. The Lings completely zoned away. The Queen's down here to bat them further away. And they can't run past. The threat of Banelings is too real right now. Kane needs his own Banelings. He's getting his Baneling Nest halfway done.
Yeah, this is basically... It's pretty much over. There's nothing else he can do about it. And now he's behind. He didn't get the damage done that he wanted. He's 5 drones behind. Maybe a little bit more because Snute is a little bit ahead on the drone production as well.
The aggression is over, but the game continues. This hatchery's up. He has a spine crawl in the mineral line as well. Making drones. So he is down by quite a lot in the mirror matchup, as you'd expect. But look at that micro. Just breaking it apart from the baneling. Those banelings will always catch you unawares if you're not looking at your forces running across the map, and he is just too good for that.
That's exactly right. I feel like Snoot's just such a tough nut to crack in this matchup. He's just got very, very good decision making. His reactions to stuff is basically perfect, so it's kind of hard to get an edge against a play like this. So, there go the rest of the lings.
Yeah, not too many leftover lings here for Snute, so it's not a huge threat for Kane. Yeah, Snoot's concentrating on economy now. He's going for that third hatchery and also going for the Evo chamber and droning up as well, making more queens. So he's not concerned with attacking Kane at the moment.
Yeah, just a bit of a scout maybe with those few lings that he has left, and he should be able to get it. There's nothing here to deny him.
Oh, good scout, by the way. He sees everything that Kane's getting done.
Yeah, so he knows he's going to be up against Roach play. Now, can Kane outplay Snoot's Roach? That's the big question. And I want to say no, it could be anyone playing him. I think, you know what would be really sick? I know we gush over King Kong a lot because he's just so good in our region, but it would be really cool to see his style against Snoots in Roach vs. Roach. See who actually does it better. They're like kings of that kind of style.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And King Kong's micro is like impeccable.
Devastating. It's not fair.
Oh, Snoot's lings in position to deny the drone on just a little, these little edges. Even though the drone didn't die, just the third hatchery delayed that extra little bit.
Well,
little edges matter so much at this level.
Continuing to drone behind this as well. He's still got a drone lead. Getting that third base up quite a bit faster. The upgrades are a little bit quicker as well, going for the Carapace, where Kane has only opted for the +1 for the time being. So, you know, the first push from Snoot might be quite scary. Kane has already stopped droning too, so he's probably, I assume he's going to go for an attack. Otherwise, there's no reason to be making only ranges at this point.
I think there's a little bit ambitious for those banelings and lings here at the front of Snoot's third, trying to get the herd on. Oh, baneling connection's too good, and down go those lings. Yeah, so Kane following up with the roaches here. He does. He's just behind at the moment in every way against Snoot. His roach count is going to be similar, but I guess, you know, his upgrades are going to be a little bit later. His economy is a little bit worse. It's a slight edge for Snoot in this game.
Yeah, he needs to get something going on here. I'm not sure what it'll be, but
needs a good engagement.
He does.
He's getting 1-1 as well, so he's going to be up an upgrade with the roaches. So his army's going to be when you're in a mirror matchup and you have that one upgrade advantage, it matters so much, especially before hydras come out and that sort of thing, and it's just straight up roach against roach. The banelings could hit a cluster of roaches and help you out a lot, which is something that Kane's still got a couple of. But I don't think he's thinking about that. He's just thinking about straight up roach now, going for those upgrades, making drones behind the attack as well. The Overseer Snoot coming in here for a look, sees what's up.
Yeah, this is a hard place to attack for Kane, because while he has a good idea going for a huge amount of roaches, he's actually got 22 over the 10 of Snoot, but they're still rallying across the map, so they're not all here. I think he might be able to break through, but these queens are adding a lot of extra DPS.
Defender's advantage, I think Snoot's going to be okay, but Kane is still rallying, and he's got a lot of roaches here. Hitting before the upgrades are a huge deal, but Snoot does still have that upgrade advantage. It's 1-1 apiece. So his roaches are slightly better. The queen's helping out a lot, and the reinforcement path just too much for Snoot. He's well and truly ahead now.
Yeah, okay, so he's still about 10 drones behind after that, and now the counterattack's scary. He can't actually keep making drones. He has to pump out some more of his own roaches. His +2 is going to be quite far behind Snoot's as well. And that's kind of the troubling thing when you're behind. It's hard to tack up that ramp into your opponent to get a good engagement. And like you mentioned, defender's advantage plays into that a lot as well.
Yeah, and with Snoot getting +2 Carapace, he's about to be 2 upgrades up on Kane. No, Kane's getting +1 Carapace, so he's still going to just be 1, but getting infested with the pathogen upgrade. Kane's in a rough spot, Zeph.
He certainly is. Maybe he needs to employ some burrowed roach tactics or something. Because I think going straight up isn't going to work.
Something to attack the mineral line of Snoot and just to cut into his economy, or a run by onto a hatchery or something like that would definitely help out Kane at this point. Snoot's not going to slow down, but when you're in a mirror matchup and both players are incredible at macro and you're behind, you're not going to catch up. So the other person's just going to keep macroing and they're not going to slow down. So You need a good engagement. You need to run past. You need to do damage to the drone line, to the hatcheries. And yeah, Snoot's locked it down. He's got spine crawlers everywhere. He knows it's the only ground armies you have to deal with. There's no mutas, obviously, so...
Certainly. I feel like Snute has to make a very, very large mistake to lose from here. And I think he knows that too, because he doesn't have to do...
And he's also contaminated the +1 Carapace upgrade for Kane as well, which means he will actually have that advantage for a few seconds.
It just goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? He's not really catching a break here. Snoot is starting to pull ahead in supply a little bit as he starts to churn out some roaches and hydras to hit that 2-2 timing. You can go in there, deny the 4th of Kane, probably just head-on engagement with the army would do fine for Snoot at this point. He's just got so much.
Yeah, indeed. The army supply is about 10 in Snoot's favor. The upgrades and the infestors really going to be the one that make the difference here. Not the roach count, and there's the fumbles.
Nice
Big concave
concave.
for Kane. Very nice concave for Kane. About as good as an engagement because he could possibly hope for. A lot of Snoot's units to the back, not getting the work. There's the attack move there from Kane, getting a little bit further, making sure all the roaches are in the bowl. Now Snoot's starting to get the concave on the bottom, and the Hydra's helping out a lot, and Kane is just going to get cleaned up. GG.
GG. Wow. Not a bad game, considering how far behind Kane was. I think that last engagement, he spread very well and everything, and he actually hit just before Snoot's 2-2. So that's about as good as he could have hoped for.